What else can you learn about solutions of linear inequalities? Think about this as you answer the question below with your team. So rather than placing individual sticky dots, what if an entire region of the graph were shaded like the one on the right? So, yes, can you do? What do you mean? Just a moment. Okay. Oh, you wanted to what inequality would correspond with this graph? What that's okay. You can write the equation on the graph on the board. What inequality can correspond? Remember our inequality earlier was y is greater than. This is the same line actually. This is the same line y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. That's the same line. Okay, now we know that the graph earlier was y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 3. Now, Ariana wrote y is equal to less than. Why do you think it's less than negative, is it negative 2, negative 3 over 2? It's, the line is negative 2x plus 3. Okay, it should be, you're missing your x and you are too much of 3. So, Sam, it's our God, not only yours. Okay. So y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 3. Why do you think it's less than or equal to negative 2x plus 3? Yes, Ariana H. Okay, so if we are to go back to our original graph here, if I shade this, which part is the solution? Okay, so we will shade the right side here if we are to graph the solution. All the points on the shaded part will be the solution for y is equal to or greater than negative 2x plus 3 because those points that we check are always true. While in number 42, the graph is shaded on the left side, which is not on the solution. So to write the solution for this graph, it should be less than. Is that clear? Okay, now for letter B, Heidi asks, what if I change the inequality to be y is less than without equal to, without the line below the inequality symbol, negative 2x plus 3. Now, what would the graph look like if we have this symbol without the equal sign on the bottom of the inequality? How do the graph would look like? Yes, Ariana T. Yes, you call it the dashed line or dotted line or broken line. So we say the line y is equal to negative 2x plus 3 will be a dotted line or dashed line. Okay, so remember that if we are graphing, if we have an equal sign or a line below the inequality, your line is a solid line. But if it doesn't have a line under the inequality symbol, our line will be a dotted line. Okay, let's answer number 43 so that we can use what we learned. First, we need to graph y is equal to negative 1/3 x minus 1. So first, we graph our negative 1. Okay, that's our x-intercept. I mean the y-intercept. So that's negative 1 somewhere here. Let me make a little closer look so that we can see the graph clearly. So that's our negative 1. And then negative 1/3 will be negative 1 over 3. So we are going down negative. So we go to 2 and then going to the right 3. So 1, oops. So 1, 2, 2, 3. So we end here, and then we connect this line now. So we'll be, oops. So what kind of line do I have? Is it a dotted line or a broken line? I mean a solid line. So this will be a dotted line because we do not have a line for equal signs. So this is a dotted line or a broken line or a dashed line. So assume that my line is straight. Sorry if I cannot make a straight line. That's that's the best I can do. Okay, sorry. Now we will test a point. Okay, the best point that we can test is actually 0, 0. Okay, where is 0, 0? Above or below? On the left or on the right? Okay, so our 0, 0 is here. It's on the right side or above. So we will test 0, 0 in our equation or inequality. So 0 is less than negative 1/3 times 0 minus 1. So 0 is less than, we can cancel negative 1/3 times 0. Okay, so that's negative 1. Is 0 greater than negative 1? True or false? True. So where is our shaded portion? Is it above or below? So since 0 is above and 0 when we test is true, our shaded line or shaded part will be above or on the right, depending on how you perceive our line. It's above. Clear? Okay. Let's now go to letter B. So I will move. Okay, if you're done copying, I will move to the right so I can graph letter B on the right side. So this is our A. This will be our B. Our God, not only yours. Please include me. Okay, so letter B, can we move to the right side? Okay, here, just a little bit. Now, for letter B, we have y is less than or equal to 4x plus 2. The first step is to plot 2. So that's the y-intercept. So that is pretty much here on this point. And then we have 4 as our m, our slope. So our denominator is 1. So that's 4 over 1. So when it is 4, we go up 4 points. So we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. We end up at 6. And then we go to the right, 1. So that's the point that we ended up at 1, 6. And then we connect with a line. So is my line solid or broken line? Solid line because we have an equal sign in our inequality. So solid line. Now we are going to test a point. So where is our 0, 0? It's on the right or below. It's on the right side. So let's go here to test our 0, 0. So test 0, 0. So we have 0 is less than or equal to 4 times 0 plus 2. We cancel 4. Now 0 is less than or equal to 2. Is this true or false? Is 0 less than negative 0 is less than 2? So this is true. Therefore, our right side is part of the solution. Clear? So our shaded part will be this part. Okay, you can use your ruler to graph. Okay, now we go to letter C. This is our letter C. We have y is less than 5 over 2x plus 3. Again, we will graph 3. That is somewhere here. Okay. Okay, so now we graph our slope. That's 5 over 2. So going up 5. So from 3, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 5. And then 2 to the right. So 1, 2. So we ended up here. Okay. So that's the graph. Do we have a broken line or a solid line? Broken line, we don't have an equal sign below our inequality. See, broken line. Okay, now we test. Our 0, 0 is on the right side. So this is 0, 0. We test our point. Okay, so 0 is less than 5 over 2 times 0 plus 3. We cancel 5 over 2 and 0 is 0 less than 3. Again, it's true. Therefore, our line is, our shaded portion is on the 0, 0 part. Okay, so coincidentally, our 0 is always on the solution part. Maybe on the last part, it will not be. Let me check. Okay, so for letter D, again, we will graph, but this time, since our D is not on the equation y is equal to mx plus b, we need to make sure that we can identify y is equal to mx plus b. So we will try to write 2x minus y is equal to 5. We'll convert, okay? So we'll just move your y to the right side. It will become positive. And then move our 5 to the left side, it becomes negative. Can you follow? We interchange negative 5 and negative y. So when we move negative y to the right side, it becomes positive. The positive 5 to the left side, it becomes negative, and we'll just copy 2x on the left side. Now we can identify our b. So this is our b, and this is our m. Okay? So our b is negative 5. To graph that, I'll go to negative 5. This is our negative 5. And then we are going to move 2 units going up and 1 unit to the right. Can follow? You remember this graphing when you use your slope? So your slope is 2, so you go up 2 units going up and then 1 unit to the right. So this is our point where it ends. Now, are we drawing the line broken or solid? Solid line. So we go straight, solid line, going, oops. Pretend that it's straight. Okay. So let us test our 0, 0 is somewhere here. So test 0, 0. That will be 2 times 0 minus 0 is less than or equal to 5. Okay. So 2 times 0 is 0. Is 0 less than 5? Yeah, true again. So if it's true, therefore, our line is on the left side. So this is our 0, 0. So whenever our 0 is tested, it's always true. Oops, sorry. So this is our shaded line where 0 is. So that's the last part of our weekly